Yeah. So then, as a small business owner,
Uh-huh.
what do you look for when hiring somebody? You know, because you obviously run a startup, a technology startup, a fintech startup, and so what do you look for in your industry or in general when you're hiring somebody?
Right. So, I mean, at this point, before we even consider hiring people, we kind of go back to the drawing board and we say, like, hey, what are we trying to look to do with our company? Once we figure out what our vision is, what our mission is, what we're trying to accomplish in the next 6 months to a year, then we say, okay, what are the resources that are going to be required to get us to those goals, right? For the year or for a 5 year timeline, whatever it is. So then once we have those goals set kind of in stone, then we kind of figure out, hey, we need resources to make it happen. But at the same time, we are a tech startup in finance, but we are that what it is. It is what it is, like a startup. We don't have
Yeah.
massive amounts of budgeting. We actually, I personally don't believe in raising a lot of money. I believe in making money so that I can use that to reinvest and grow the business.
Yeah.
Raising a lot of money, especially in this time when you're kind of, just starting out and you don't have a proven model, which a lot of companies do, and it may not be wrong, but they're just burning cash while they don't even have a proven model. So what we try to look for, in interns, right now, because we're budgeted, we hire mostly interns. They can do it, on a budget, obviously, and they're always learning and hungry to learn about different
Yeah.
things.
Trying to learn.
Exactly, and that it's more cost efficient for us. The only thing that it costs us is time for training. So
Yeah.
we spend a little bit of time training these people, but once they're ready to go, we have a good steady flow of output in their work. So that's kind of what we look for right now in interns. More specifically, to address your question, what we look for is people who are passionate. If
Yeah.
you don't have that passion, like you can have all the skills in the world, but if you're not passionate, it's not even going to come through in the interview. And even more so, your like ability to do something may not even be communicated if you don't have the right passion. And then that brings me, the communication point brings me to the second point where we look for great communication skills. If you're not able to type me a nice email that says, hey, this is what you've done and this is what you aim to do and this is what your goals are, if you're not doing that, then unfortunately it's hard for us to understand why you're still with us if you can't communicate your goals, objectives, your tasks, actions, and your results. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why communication is super important for us.
Yeah. Is there like a certain thing that you look is are like projects of important that they show kind of some value as a as an intern going in, or is there specific types of skills that you look for?
Yeah, so I mean, we're basically JavaScript based. We do Node.js, React.js. Right now, we're currently in the huge security kind of developments on AWS cloud platforms with like secret keys and access points and private keys and
Oh, I
whole
see.
development structure. So it just depends what the time is, but mostly what we look at is people who have project experience and not just doing a project half-ass. You got
Yeah.
to make sure you're doing a project from A to Z, right? So all that, you got to cover everything in between. If somebody's like, yeah, I made a project, but I only designed the web page of it, but no functionality exists, then it's not going to work for us, right? So we look for basically people who can do projects from the start to finish, even if it's very simple, but at least they should have a basic understanding of how data flows from front to back, essentially.